Extreme cold in Scandinavia. Right now, there's an ice-cold high-pressure area over the Gulf of Bothnia between Finland and Sweden. The cold air mass reaches as far south as southern Norway. Lillian Cav, the on-duty meteorologist at the Norwegian Meteorological Institute, says. Typically, this moist Atlantic air impacts the west coast of Norway, which is further to the. However, the cold high-pressure system is pushing the low-pressure area carrying moist air southwards towards Denmark, leading to southern Norway receiving the precipitation instead, she says. Add to this the fact that the low-pressure system over Denmark is swirling counterclockwise. You can see how the wind direction carries the precipitation inland over southern Norway. Furthermore, the topography of southern Norway, characterized by elevations and mountains, forces these moist air masses upwards into the air and cool down. North. Strong vortex around the North Pole. Above us, at an altitude of 20 to 30 kilometers in the stratosphere, a strong vortex typically circulates around the North Pole during winter, Tor Fjørvik says. He is director of the Nansen Center in Bergen. This polar vortex forms due to the dark and extremely cold conditions in the far north during winter. Occasionally, something extraordinary happens. The vortex around the North Pole collapses. This is likely what is happening now. This channel needs your help. Please subscribe. Thank. The cause is atmospheric disturbances. Climate researchers suggest that large mountain ranges might be causing these disturbances as they can send waves rippling up through the atmosphere, reaching the vortex in the stratosphere over the Arctic. This winter, the stratosphere over the Arctic has been abnormally cold. However, in a matter of days, we could see a warming of up to 50 degrees in the stratosphere over parts of the Arctic, possibly even more, Fjørvik says. Such major changes and sudden warming in the stratosphere will in turn affect the lower layers of the atmosphere, potentially leading to colder conditions at ground level. Based on previous similar events, Fjørvik and other climate researchers know that this cold spell can last a long time, sometimes up to 40 days. It's not unlikely that the whole of January will be colder than what we are used to, Fjørvik tells ScienceNorway.no. Please subscribe. Thank you. Rivik and colleagues at the University of Bergen's Geophysical Institute and the Nansen Center have conducted extensive research into how cold winters across much of Europe and Eurasia are linked to warming in the Arctic at the top of the globe. The Arctic has warmed at a rate more than twice the global average since the mid-20th century. Hardly any other place on Earth has experienced higher warming than Svalbard. Europe and northern Asia have been experiencing an increase in the frequency of cold winters. Several studies by climate researchers in recent years have examined this particular correlation. There has been considerable debate among scientists in this area. Fjørvik and colleagues have conducted a study that attempts to reconcile these differing viewpoints, concluding that both sides may be correct. We have demonstrated through observations and models that the likelihood of cold Eurasian winters is higher when there is unusually warm weather in the Arctic. This Arctic warming is a result of increased heat and moisture transfer from the North Atlantic, Fjørvik says.